1212 in the place to be. I go by the name of Heaven Hollywood in the building. Okay. Live, we on Twitch, we on YouTube. Don't forget to join the Patreon, patreon.com/ Heaven Hollywood. On Patreon / the IE Network. All right. For real. Hey, what's up? No nonsense. What's up, Madison Mosley? Yo, we're gonna have a crazy show tonight. Crazy show, y'all. We'll talk about Jay-Z getting ready to. Oh, let me turn on my camera. Talking about Jay-Z get ready to have them spiraling again. Nicki Minaj had a meet and greet, and Nicki Minaj meet and greet sold out in under 2 minutes, y'all. They all lining up to get ready to meet Nicki Minaj. That's her meet and greet. We're gonna talk about that. Cardi B released a new video for the AHA. And it's always good to see Cardi B in music videos because she always looks amazing. And her music videos are always entertaining. Now, I'm not a big fan of the song, but I'm always down to see a Cardi B video. Young Miami released 2 new remixes of Spin That. We got to ask, did we really want that? Did we really ask for it? You know, now the song is done very well, but you know, this song started gaining momentum on its own, and I kind of think that wherever the song ends up at, that's where it was supposed to be. I don't think she's gonna if you're gonna have a remix of this song, you know, you can't bring me a remix with Kodak Black on it. That's just not gonna do anything for me, right? When you say, oh, when you put out there, this is a remix with 2 of the biggest spenders, and then you come with Kodak Black. Kodak Black ain't no big spender. Lil Baby, okay, I get it. But I thought you were going to come with like Quavo. You know, Quavo talks a lot of big boy talk. Drake, you got a rapport. What I don't understand about Carisha is she has a rapport with Drake. Why don't you go, you know, give Drake some top, and I guarantee you he'll get on that track. You know what I mean? Right now, you know, Drake is the second best. Jay-Z, the best big boy talk rap I ever heard. I think Drake is second. So when she said she had big spenders on there, I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking you coming with some big people. You know what I mean? You know, Kodak, you know, Lil Baby, you know, Lil Baby's been known to trick you know, he'll trick on a chick or two. He'll spend a bag, you know, 10,000 to smash Sweetie. We heard about the rumors. But I definitely wouldn't think of Kodak Black as no big spender. If anything, people talking about how Kodak is cheap. We're gonna talk about that. Beyonce is expanding her secret brand is now expanding out to hair tools. So instead of just the hair products, she's expanding to like hair tools like teasers and probably brushes and stuff like that. So Beyonce is going full beauty mode. Full beauty mode. All right? Full beauty mode. So we're going to talk about that. Who else we going to talk about? They're talking. Oh man, I seen them talk about my girl Kenya Moore. We got to talk about her. Everybody knows that's my girl. Don't be talking about no Kenya Moore. I think they bring it up, talking about Kenya Moore's face or something along those lines. Now remember, she was Miss USA. I don't know what's wrong with her face, right? But they were talking about Kenya Moore's. She did something to her face. I wouldn't understand why she would want to do that. Kenya Moore is one of the, to me, always been one of the 5 most beautiful black women ever. So, and she came in, she was dark skinned woman. Like she came in like how when Foxy Brown came in. A lot of people was loving on Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown, dark skin, came in with the dark skin beauty. You know what I mean? So Kenya Moore, you were beautiful enough to win Miss USA. So why would you do anything to your face? We have to talk about that. What else we got going on? It looks like Megan Thee Stallion's on her way back to music. There was some rumors over the weekend saying that Megan was back with Klay Thompson. That is not true. Megan is definitely not back with Klay Thompson. Hold on. Brooklyn in the chat. Hold on a second. Let me turn my screen on. Hold on. Now, also, what's up? What's up? Brooklyn's in the chat. Also, something very important. I finally saw someone reporting on the lynched black men that they found in Mississippi. I was wondering why nobody was speaking on it, right? The lynched black men that was found in Mississippi, nobody was speaking on it. And that the president ain't gonna speak on it. So finally I found somebody deciding to speak on it. And let me tell you something, man. It's crazy. Wait until you hear the story of this, what's going on in Mississippi, man. This is nuts. We're in 2026. This is still happening. We gotta bring that up. Gotta bring that up. This is, for something like this to be happening to our people in 2026, it's insane. Totally insane. Right? Y'all make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you send this stream at least to 2 different people. We're coming down to a couple of months for the midterms. So if y'all really want to make a change, y'all go out and vote for these midterms and flip that house. Because the only way you're going to get dude up out of here is y'all going to have to flip the house. If you don't flip the house, this dude will be in here, and do not put it past him to find a way to be in here 4 more years. I wouldn't put it past him. Everything that he's not supposed to do, he ends up doing and getting away with it. So there is really no, he can't do that. It's against the law. It's against the rules. Yeah, well, when did that ever stop him? That ain't never stopped him no other time, right? Right. Thank you, No Nonsense. If you want to support the stream, make sure and support the channel. Make sure you send a cash app to $Heaven Hollywood. If you want to support the stream, support the channel. Right? Hold on. What's up? Darius is in the building. Boom, boom, boom. Don't y'all worry about the dogs now. Hold on, y'all. Don't worry, it's these dogs is going crazy. Let me remove my old banners. We had a great live the other day when we were doing a breakdown on Nicki Minaj's top songs. I'm going to finish. I wanted to finish up the video. Well, like top 10 lyrical bars, like bars, top 10 lyrical songs. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. I still can't find the song that I was talking about. I could have sworn it was a song that had other people in it, so I have to find it. I thought it had like Waka in it, or maybe I was wrong. Nights ago, it's Cone on a Cone. Yes, that's the song. Now, isn't somebody in that? Cone on a Cone. How come you wasn't here to help me that night? Because I could have sworn I did a reaction to that. I did a reaction to that. I don't know what happened to it. All right, so Cone on a Cone. Yeah, that sounds familiar. It sounds familiar. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. Lots of talk about your boy Heaven Hollywood. Make sure you're tapped in on you're either tapped in on the stream with Twitch, YouTube, or on the Patreon. All right, I think we're coming across streaming on Twitter as well. So a lot of things to talk about today. So it's your boy Evan Hollywood. Let's get into this, man.
Gotta get to see something. Pocket. Look, one way or another, we gon' get off of me up about together. Brother, you was out of pocket, no I didn't stutter. I drop it back in the trap when investing in the streets, your treasures recover. In this world, you could only rep one or two things that come to the butter. Whoa, you only rep one or two things is the guns and the butter. Whoa, you only rep one or two things is the guns and the butter. I drop it back in the trap when investing in the streets, your treasures recover. In this world, you could only rep one or two things that come to the butter. Sleeping patterns kinda complicated, ain't no time for wasting, we some entrepreneurs. I feeling like Scarface on top of the balcony, the word is yours. Took some losses, I was down bad. Napoleon complex, I'm mad, about to put the game up in the clad bag. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Chicken dinners or you roll with the winners. Taking over for the summer. I double back for the I be with the scammers and spinners. Innovators in the middleman. All my riders got a dental plan. None of my shooters got Instagrams. Bang, bang. Got some rich headed out of bounds, had to hop in the Reggie to ride around. About to switch up the whisk cause they stalking now. Whispering body dropping on my side of town. Flick of finesse, known to stay up out the mess. Business is never personal, we can politic the rest. I got a plug and he made me a plug. On my mind, I need to know. Rapper weed got me speaking slow, but you pay attention when we speaking up. You would drown, you gon' sink or you swim. In the field, we be getting it in. Type of pressure that turn boys into men. Fly gotta feel me back at it again. Yeah. One way or another, we gon' get our family up about to get her. Brother, you was out of pocket, no I didn't stutter. I drop it back in the trap. When investing in the streets, your treasures recover. In this world, you could only rep one or two things that come to the butter. Whoa. You only read one or two things with the guns in the butter. Whoa. You only read one or two things with the guns in the butter. I drop it back in the trap and investing in the streets, your treasures recover. In this world, you could only rep one.
Good evening, everybody! It's your boy! Heaven Hollywood! It's the Heaven Hollywood experience. And we are back. Back like we never left. Shout out to all the heavy hitters out there. Shout out to my moderators. My boy Darius holding it down. Reese is in the building. No nonsense. I had 3 today. Nonsense. You listen cooking. Okay, no nonsense. I don't remember last time I had 3 moderators. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly. Hear me clearly. If y'all niggas fear me, just say y'all fear me. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Hold on a minute. What's up, Tammy? Where you been? Mimi's in the building. Okay, Mimi. Right, so I want to get started, man. Like, first and foremost, people have been sending me talking about, everybody knows that I am a Kenya Moore groupie, right? Everybody knows I'm a Kenya Moore groupie, and people were sending me pictures saying, yo, Kenya Moore, she did something to her face, right? Now, the picture I see here just looks like a picture with no makeup, right? This got a picture with no makeup. I mean, first of all, I don't see anything wrong with it. The woman is what? Closing in on 60 years old? Like, what do they expect? See, this is the thing. This is the thing that when Nicki Minaj sat down with Bryce Crawford, when she brought up the fact that people are afraid to get old, like in the entertainment business, they're afraid to get old, they're afraid to be caught, on a bad day, right? That is something I agree with. When you see stuff like this, like, she's not wearing makeup one day. She may have been going out to the mall or going out to wherever else, to the grocery store. And as women get older, hello, without makeup, as women get older, your face starts to age. Eventually, your face is going to age. Right? And that's the way life is. So for everybody to go, oh, she looks horrible. Oh, this and third. And I'm trying to find one where they're saying, oh, she got a BBL. She's got a bad looking BBL, and things like that. I'll try to find somebody who send it to me. Well, she's got a bad looking BBL. She didn't. She went and she feels as though she has to get a BBL. Well, and to me, that's the saddest part of it, because they're being in this entertainment industry. And the same thing I said about Madonna. I'm like, Madonna is um almost 70 years of age, right? And she is getting BBLs when she didn't even get it earlier. So I guess she feels as though, hey, I want to remain relevant. So in order to do that, I have to get a BBL, which is not true. I mean, you're Madonna. You've already pretty much lived your life. You're almost closing in on 70 years old. 70 is the promised age. I can't forget. I forget the name of what it's called. Four or three scores and 10 is what the Lord promised you, right? Long as you do everything right, make all the right choices, live your life right. God promises you three scores and 10. You know, Now the devil comes in and snatch that away. That's something different. Those things you can't avoid, unfortunately. But 70 years old. Now Madonna went through it, and she's going and getting BBLs now, which to me is absolutely ridiculous. You're the queen of pop. So now here is this, when I see this thing says Kenya Moore's new face at the 75th USA. Oh man. So this is what they're saying. They're saying that this is her so-called new face. And they're saying that she's got a BBL now, a botched BBL. Kenya, all that time on Real Housewives, you look absolutely fine. People are in the comment section. Everybody's saying this is not Kenya Moore. This is Kamora Simmons. And I see people saying, listen, people saying she was fine. Like, why would she do that? I don't understand it, but this is the thing, man. This whole this entertainment industry, and when you feel as though you're competing with the younger girls, see, that's the problem. See, that's what the problem Holly Berry doesn't have. This is why I mess with Holly Berry. Holly Berry saying, look, I know I'm closing in on 60. So, all the girls that I was the same age as or whatever, those are the ones I'm still in competition with. I'm not in competition with no girl in her 30s. I'm past 30. I'm 30 years older than her. So that's why I mess with Holly Berry, because Holly Berry is not going out there trying to get plastic surgery, trying to look 20 years younger. Right? So people in the comments are saying she got her eyes peeled. Her eyes peeled back. And what happens is when you start getting those AIDS, I guess they call them like AIDS lines in your eyes or what have you. It's like, wow. Me, I just know Kenya Moore was beautiful. I don't really know what's so different now. But the mug she's making, it seems like, her face. Sometimes people get so much surgery, it looks like they got a permanent smile on their face. And I want to know why Kenya Moore would need to do this. I really don't. She was fine the way she was. But Holly Berry is now saying, look, I'm embracing menopause. I'm embracing that I'm not going to look the same way I did. I'm not going to be competing with women that are 26, 27, like when I was in Boomerang. I don't look like that anymore. See, so that's what Holly Berry basically said. I don't look like that anymore. Another person who's like that is Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone said, I'm not going to go and get surgery to make myself look younger. I'm not younger. Like, I'm 60 years old. So I want to look like I'm 60 years old. So as long as I don't look like I'm 80, as long as I look my age and I don't look older, then I'm fine with it, But these girls are out there, Lil' Kim. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, Lil' Kim, you didn't even have a BBL when you was at your peak. You didn't go get a BBL. One thing about Foxy Brown never changed her face. She never changed her body. Foxy always had that flat ass, and she had a big chest, but she had a flat ass. But she never went and got a booty. She never went and got implants. She always had the rack, and she never touched her face. Right, no nonsense. You're promised 70 years as long as you don't make the wrong decisions and and allow the devil to snuff your years out from you, and you're living right. He promised you 70 years. Everything after 70, hey, that's what my dad said. God bless his dad. Once he hit 70, he said, everything after this is just gravy. I done lived my lifetime. That's considered a lifetime. 70 years is considered a lifetime. Once he got to 70, he said, I lived a lifetime already. So anything after this, I'm cool with. So I think my dad lasted, let's see, 70 was 2015. So he lasted to 74, lasted 4 more years after that. Passed in 2019. Roughly 3.5 years after my mom. So shout out to Kenya Moore, man. Listen, the bottom line is, Kenya Moore, you was Miss USA. All of this, I think people are over exaggerating just a little bit, but I do see what they're talking about. She'll need to go get her eyes peeled back or this, that, and the third. Listen, if you want to get your teeth done, I have no problem. If you want to get a nose job, I have no problem with it. But all of this, shots in your cheekbones, shots under your eyes, and peeling back your skin and all this stuff. I would prefer women, especially black women, don't do stuff like that. Just let yourself age. Like, my goodness. You're still beautiful. You're still Miss USA. You know what I'm saying? You still Miss USA. All right. Let's move on to Keke Palmer, because people were saying, oh, they were going off on Keke Palmer. Well, let's see why. Why are people going off on Keke Palmer? Said Keke Palmer's latest IG post is having folks side-eye her. Now, when people were sending me this DM saying, what's up with Keke Palmer? They killing Keke Palmer. I was like, what did she do? Oh, because oh my God, because she is taking a picture with she's on Diddy and King Combs. So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. Because Puff is locked up for the Mann Act, right? If Keke Palmer was friends with his sons before this happened, she is now supposed to not be friends with his sons anymore? Why do people always expect out of celebrities something they not going to give with their own self? When you still friends with the girl who fucked your man in high school. Like, you still friends with the girl who slept with your husband. Or better yet, you still with the husband that slept with your cousin. Always want celebrities to cut people off to make you feel good. If that was her friend, why should she cut them off? Diddy's doing it. They didn't do anything. And if they did, I know Christian's got a lawsuit, but we have to see what happens with that lawsuit. We got to see if that lawsuit is comes out to be true or what have you. That lawsuit's still going. He's being sued civilly for a woman saying that he did something to her along the lines of what they said Diddy did. But that case has not been solved or resolved. It's still going. We got to see whether it's true or not. All right. Make sure you hit the like button. So she's here with Justin and Christian, and she says, I've known most of these people forever. They still show up for me. So happy spending my birthday with people that believe we deserve to share in happiness with one another. Life is too short not to be in community. I don't need a reason to celebrate with my folks, but a birthday will always remind you to show grace and gratitude for where you come from and where you've been. Most importantly, who you are today. Thankful to God, another year. Now, people don't know what the hell these two did for Kiki. We don't know anything. We don't know what Diddy may have done for Kiki. Y'all be having these relationships with these celebrities. These celebrities don't even be knowing they be in relationship with y'all. Oh, she's supposed to cut off what she does. They see side-eyeing her. For what? That's her life. You don't know whether is she friends with these dudes. You don't know how long they've been friends. You don't hell. Justin may have saved her life. You don't know. Christian Combs may have pushed her out of the way of a moving car. You don't know what they've done for her. And even if they don't, she said, people who show up for me. They may have been hitting up during that time when she was having that problem with her fiance or husband, whatever. They may have said, oh, you need me to come get you? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Stop judging everybody for y'all don't know these people. That's number one. Number two, people tell you to stop hanging around that friend ain't shit or that nigga ain't shit that you with, but you keep going back to him. But you want to tell Kiki Shepard, Kiki, what's her name? Not Kiki Shepard. Oh, God bless the dead. Kiki Shepard, rest in peace. What's Kiki's last name again? Kiki. I done lost it over it that quick. Palmer. Kiki Palmer. Y'all gonna tell Kiki Palmer what to do. Like, come on, man. Stop with these relationships that deep people know. Let's take a look at some people in the comments are saying. Palmer, thank you. So now let's take a look at some people in the comments saying. Twitter's such a weird entitled place. It's almost like they don't believe there's a real life outside of social media. These two guys were not convicted of any crimes. Why should? Thank you. Can you shun them? I really like Keith Fernandez acting. I wish she wasn't such a clueless pick-me bird. Hate to say it, but Sean should be glad he's really not her type. I love Kiki. She is a bird. I don't know these men, but one looks Diddish. So I assume the kerfuffle is about Diddy's kids still being friends with people. The kids didn't do anything. She's such a good actor and very funny, but she's a huge bird and pick me. I stopped following her much after she was praising R. Kelly. Oh my God. Doesn't matter because y'all will forget this in a few weeks. They came to her birthday party. She's known them for years. Is Diddy's children responsible for what he did? Until they're convicted by a court of law, they're free citizens. I'm so tired of bums on social media. It's time for some of these folks to get a life. I agree. Her judgment in men. What do you mean her judgment in men? They're friends. Will be her downfall eventually. I'm calling it. I mean, this is crazy. But yeah, that's what she said, Tammy. She said she's known these people for years, and they've always showed up for her. You know what? Good for you, Kiki Palmer. And they tried to come down on her when she was talking about R. Kelly. Listen, there are some people who, were friends with R. Kelly, and R. Kelly never did anything wrong to. So yeah, of course, you're gonna still feel sorry for the victims. But if that person that went to jail is your friend, of course you're gonna feel bad that your friend is locked up. Diddy at some point is going to come home. Once Diddy comes home, I can't wait to see all the people who were shunning Diddy because they thought that he was going to be going to jail for life. There was a lot of people that said, started talking smack about Diddy because they figured, he's going to go to jail for life. He'll never see me anyway. Now that he beat the RICO, they're like, uh-oh. They're hoping and praying that Diddy goes down for Tupac or something else. They're hoping and praying that Diddy does something else and they indict him while he's in jail so he can never come home, because all of those people know that the thing that they said and how they were acting was wrong, and they got to face Diddy one day. And they don't want Diddy to hit like, what happened? I thought we were fans. What happened? What happened? They not have nothing to say. You already see a couple of people already backtracking because they know he's going to come home. Right. Mimi said they not have that same energy. But you know what, Mimi? If I'm Diddy, I'm gonna make them have that same energy. All right. Here's something else. Let's talk about this real quick because I saw this and I got very upset. Now, maybe I read it wrong because I was going in on TMZ to the point where, of course, black people was telling me calm down and all this and the third. My comment was when I saw this on TMZ, they said, shameful. Gladys Knight performing Dazed and Confused. Now, I misread it and I thought that TMZ was calling her shameful. But it looked like what they were saying was it's shameful that they still have this woman. What is Gladys Knight, 80 years old, and she still has to perform? I think at one point she had a restaurant that got closed down for bought a hell closed it down. But beside the point, at some point she had a restaurant. Like Gladys Knight has been singing 60 years, and you're gonna tell me she still needs to perform? She still needs to tour? This is the stuff I'm talking about. This is the stuff I'm talking about. The young people in the game. And I always said it. I don't mean to get in nobody's pockets. And I don't know how much money y'all got, but I know you damn sure got more money than Gladys Knight. So when the Beyoncés of the world and the Diana Rosses of the world, especially people like Diana Ross and them and Dionne Warwick and all of them who are the same age as Gladys, or from that, and y'all should be saying, "Oh hell no, we're not letting out Queen go out like this." Let me try to find. I mean, this is ridiculous. So she was out there performing, and Gladys could barely look like she got that, like she had a stroke. I mean, this is ridiculous. And then TMZ, oh, shameful. You know, look at Patty and Smokey. Right, and Patty LaBelle, Patty, didn't you had that big old reinvention with the Patty pies? Patty LaBelle shouldn't have to still. I don't know if Patty still has to sing because she had that big spike for like 2 or 3 years. Now it's not as popular now because it done died down. But with them Patty pies and all this other stuff, what is Patty LaBelle? I mean, they say Patty LaBelle is estimated to be worth about $50 million, and Patty LaBelle shouldn't have to still talk. You know, and at her age, I think she's 80 now. If your net worth is $50 million, sis, sit down. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Mimi. I don't think Patty has to, but Gladys Knight, I heard that Gladys Knight was going through it. And my thing is, why, when we have Beyonce, Mary J. Blige, Janet Jackson, uh, Mariah Carey, when you have a generation that came after Gladys Knight, or a couple of generations after, and you look up and you see your queen auntie struggling. She's not even auntie. She's mama. She's big mama now. You know, like Stephanie Mills, like that's auntie. Stephanie Mills may even be big mama by this age. But hell, like for the for the Mariah Careys and all them, yeah, people like Stephanie Mills, that's auntie to them. Gladys Knight, that's grandma. Oh, see, thank you, Elite. Taking advantage of her. Yeah, Ron Isaac's 85 and still performing. He has to be walked out to see. Now that's ridiculous. Don't even be performing in a wheelchair. Like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Where are the kings? Where are the kings that said, oh, they all dead? They all dead. All the kings are dead. R. Kelly can't do it. He's locked up. He ain't got no money. You know, it's crazy. The guys that are under them, their contract got screwed, so they don't really got no money. I see Uncle Charlie come out. Uncle Charlie Wilson was out there performing. Wasn't he out there performing like a month after he had a stroke? I said, ain't What is going on with our legends? It's heartbreaking. Well, I'll tell you, Mimi, you may not have heard it, right? You may not have heard it, but if he's much younger than her and she's out there singing, you ain't really gotta hear it. You could tell Gladys ain't see Patty again. Patty don't really. She's pretty much sing what she wants. Gladys Knight looks like she's out there singing. But at one time, she was on the Masked Singer. I'm like, Gladys Knight was on the Masked Singer. Like, what's she doing on a show like that? She's a legend. So if you're a young guy and you're out there, she's married to a young man, he's not supposed to have her out there performing. I'm sorry. What the hell is he doing? Gladys Knight is too old to be performing. And on top of that, she's been sick. It's a damn shame that we don't have the singers, right? The Brandy's. I mean, I don't know what Brandy's financial situation is. It used to be great. I don't know what Brandy's financial situation is now. You know, she went through some times where, you know, she had started experiencing not financial troubles, like she was broke or anything like that, but her money has started getting low from what I heard at some point. And Brandy was way ahead of the game. Brandy was a multimillionaire before she was even 18 years old. So I don't know what literally happened to her money as the years went on. When you try to stay in relevancy and you get older and the things that used to work for you are no longer working with this new generation, that's how you go broke. Right? Beyonce definitely got the funds. Beyonce definitely got the funds. Beyonce and Jay-Z definitely have the funds. Now, I don't know how much money they got, but trust me, they've got hundreds of millions of money. And these are the people who paved the way for you. This is why I love what Nas does in hip hop, where every year he gives away 2 grants to 2 of the older legends in hip hop that, even though they paved the way for everyone else, they may not have gotten a chance to make the kind of money that the rappers of today is making. So what Nas does is gives them, he gives out $2 million every year, $1 million grant for 2 of the old school rappers that may not have that money right now, and he lets them get health care and get their teeth fixed if they need it and stuff like that. That's why I fuck with Nas. You know? You have to take care of the people who came before you. Without them, you would not be making the money that you're making. You would not be able to, you would not be able, right, to do the things that you're doing right now. Beyonce and Jay-Z are living off loans because they're smart. And that's what rich people do. Rich people, rich person 101. I'm not even rich, but I know this. Rich person from number 101. Never spend your own money. Never spend your own money. If they didn't have the money, how you think they got the loan? If I went for a loan right now for $100,000, they wouldn't give it to me because I can't pay back $100,000 right now. So if somebody's going and they got loans, how you think they paying back the loans? Or how you think they got the loans? They're not going to give them the loan if they don't have the money. They're not going to give them the loans. You never spend your own money. My boy Dr. Freeze, writer, entertainment writer. He worked with Michael Jackson. He worked with BBD. Every time when I used to go out to his house, mansion. Oh, so and so. Oh, so and so gave me that. Oh, this is so and so. Oh, the bank, the mortgage this and the mortgage that. Oh, my third mortgage, my second mortgage. They're not gonna live to spend all that money. There's no way they'll be broke. Jay-Z, Beyonce, like unless they went and invested their money into a Ponzi scheme or something like that, just what's in their house alone. Like if Jay-Z and Beyonce ever went broke, just what's in their house alone with art, with the amount of art they owe, all that stuff they own because they bought it. They could go sell one painting and be back on top. They have art. ASAP Ferg told about when he was visited their house. He said they got, Blue Ivy. It's got art worth $50 million. Blue Ivy. You know what I mean? Beyonce and Jay-Z got plenty of money. But they're not the only one. They're not the only one. Now, Janet Jackson don't have as much money as Jay-Z, but Janet Jackson, when she got that divorce settlement, she got $400 million allegedly. Now, I know she's not going to get it all in one motion, but Janet Jackson got long money too. And I'm just saying, you see these people out here, Gladys Knight shouldn't want for nothing. Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle, Diana Ross. Like if anybody ever see them out there struggling, there should be no reason why them women are struggling. There should be no reason. But you see, Diana Ross ain't got a tour. Diana Ross don't tour. You should look at all them white artists. They just be touring because they want to. Like Barbra Streisand. You don't see Barbra Streisand out there touring. Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like Janet don't, these tours that Janet's doing, of course, that's their spending money. You know what I'm saying? That's not money that they have to tour on. When Janet Jackson goes on a tour, now that's like, okay, this is like my pocket money for like my bill. I got certain amount of money to handle bills, and this amount of money takes care of that, and this money from my husband takes care of this. The money I got from him takes care of that. So now, where's my? I don't want to go into that money to spend on my hair and nails. So how can I generate some other money for my hair, nails, vacation? Let me just go out and do a couple of shows. I'll go do a couple of shows. Right? They paved the way. Like, how could you even stand to see them like that? You know? Every one of these legends that's still living, that's got a ton of money or should have a ton of money, the Mariah Careys, the Beyoncés, Mary J. Blige don't have as much money as Mariah Carey or Beyonce, but Mary J. Blige is a millionaire too. People like that. The people that came before you, the people that you do interviews and say you looked up to and they influenced you. Look how rich you are right now. If they influenced you, you should want them to be okay. Right? Whew. Okay. Let's see who else we're going to talk about before we get into Jay-Z and Rick Rubin. Nicki Minaj sold out her meet and greet. Cardi B's new music video. I saw Cash Style in it, but I thought she did a remix with Cash Style. So I wanna see that. I want to see the video with both of them. So I thought she did a remix. Mimi, Mimi is a party gang. Why is it so? Hold on. What you say? Are they in bad contracts? Are they in bad contracts? Just broke? Why is it so? Why it's so sad? No. Well, you got to remember the people, the people from the older generation, right? They didn't have financial planners, uh, investors. Mimi, whether she did a remix with Cash Doll. Didn't she actually do a remix with Cash Doll for that song? I wanted to see, I saw Cash Doll was in a cameo, but I want her to put that version out and have Cash Doll in it. But so a lot of the people back in the day, they didn't own their publishing, a lot of them, because it was more writers more than anything back in the day. Like all of those, oh, you said no? Okay. All of those artists from Motown, Tammy, none of them owned their own music. None of them made their own music. The only ones that made their music are the ones that are still rich. Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder's always made his own music. Right? He writes and produces all his own music. That's why Stevie Wonder's still rich. Right? He's always written and produced his own music. So a lot of those girls, a lot of those singers, and some of those groups, like the Jackson 5, if Michael Jackson, right? If Michael Jackson never went out and did what he did, we don't even know what would have became of Michael Jackson. Because they didn't write none of them songs. And publishing's where it's at. That's why I like Smokey Robinson. I'd be shocked if Smokey Robinson needed to tour. I know he's still out there making music, but Smokey Robinson, you better not be broke. But Smokey Robinson was a songwriter. If Smokey Robinson is broke, he's just bad with money. No, they said his net worth is $150 million estimated. Now remember, the estimated is never going to be correct, but it ain't that far off. If they say their net worth is 150, their net worth ain't two. You know what I mean? It might be 50, or it might be 75. It may not be as much, or it may be less than what they really got. But you know for a fact, if he's estimated worth 150 million, then unless he spent all his money, there's no reason that Smokey Robinson should need to tour. He was writing the songs for the Temptations. All the songs that sold all that amount of records. He was writing those songs. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson, them songs when he was young, the Jackson 5, they wasn't writing their own songs. All them hits. That's why Michael had to branch off, and he started making huge money. Remember when he came back and did the tour, the Victory Tour, all of the boys was damn near broke. All of the boys was damn near broke. That's why they had to do that tour. You know? Because if you out there and you making a bunch of money and you doing tours or whatever for that raps. So about some gasms. This nigga said gasms. 80 years old. Go ahead, Smokey. Nigga said gasms. Smokey, funny boy. Smokey be out there still pumping them hips. I see Babyface doing it too. Babyface, your ass is closing in on 70. Babyface still be out there talking about something. Every little step I take, you will be. That's another one ain't never gonna be broke. All them hits he wrote, he better not ever be broke. Babyface is the greatest writer of his generation. All them songs that was big hits, Babyface wrote. Babyface, Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis, they the best writers of that generation. To the point where they were competing at one time. Babyface, who y'all think is better writing producers? LA and Babyface or Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis? Who y'all got? Y'all in the comments, even on Twitter. Put a 1 if y'all got Babyface and LA and Babyface, and put a 2 if y'all got Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Now Stevie Wonder ain't broke, Mimi. Stevie Wonder ain't broke. Stevie Wonder got plenty of money. Stevie Wonder got plenty of money. If Smokey Robinson is estimated worth 150, Stevie probably 250. Gotta be. Gotta be. He got more money than Smokey Robinson. Or at least he's worth more than Smokey Robinson. Estimated around 200 million. All right, so it's more than Smokey Robinson, but it's less than what I thought. Estimated. But you gotta remember, Stevie probably got more. Stevie probably has more bills or whatever than Smokey. Remember, he's disabled. Oh, talk about Stevie Wonder? Well, listen, I'll tell you this much, right? He is at least, sometimes I even got to correct myself when I say, oh man, all our legends are gone or whatever. And a lot of times I don't mention Stevie Wonder. But we have to mention Stevie Wonder, and at least he's still here with us. Now, I always talk about the big four, even though Madonna isn't black, but the big four of the 80s There's only one left, and that's Madonna, and she almost went. But, you know, Prince, Michael, Whitney, and Madge, it was the big four in the 80s. And she's the only one still left. Now, out of our legends that's still left, Stevie's still here, Patty's still here, Diana's still here, um, Smokey's still here. We lost Donna Summer. We lost Tina Turner. It's crazy. We lost Aretha. Dionne Warwick still here. No nonsense. Sit up. Yeah, Gladys is barely holding on. She's still here, but she's barely holding on. They need to get her off that stage. I hated to see that. Get her off that stage, man. So anyway, there was we go back to last night. There was a statement. After much soul searching, I've decided that I will be easing into fewer performances while focusing on transitioning into the next stage of my career and life moving forward. I'll be spending more time on projects with my husband. Oh, there you go. That husband. And visiting with my grandbabies. And am looking forward to this new era. I'd like to take a moment in advance to thank all my fans over 3/4 of a century for making the girl's dreams come true, and supporting her every step of the way. I am immensely grateful to all you that send my eternal love back to you. I hope to see your smiling faces out and about and on the road. God bless you. And this was a good move. And I'm gonna tell you something. Her fans and stuff and people like that are responsible for this because Gladys was up there. It looked like Gladys didn't know where she was. It looked like Gladys didn't know what she was. What if she turned to leave her family or something? Yeah, that's my point. My point is, Kenji, that's my point. She might be, but my point is she shouldn't have to. That's my point. As long as she been singing, Gladys Knight should have been taken care of. She shouldn't have to be out there touring to make sure her family's taken care of. She probably is doing that. But at this point, she's supposed to just be relaxing and just, hey, whenever it's time, whenever my time to go, it's my time to go. I'm ready, you know. But I'm glad. I'm glad that people did make a big deal out of it. And I apologize to TMZ because I was going off on them. I thought they were saying, "Oh, she looking shameful," but people showed me that that's not what they were saying. All right. All right. So let's see what else we got before we get to the topics of the night. Alexander. No nonsense. I said legends. A lot of the singers are still here. Hell, Morris Day's still here, but he ain't no legend. Not my eyes. And I like Morris Day. No, so Alexander O'Neal still here. Damn, you just mentioned anybody. You might as well old. Who else? You might as well say. Oh, Freddie Jackson's still here. I think Freddie Jackson's still living. Morris Day still with us. What's up, Elite? Oh man, Andre too. No nonsense. Andre Sabos. Oh, he's not messing with you. Oh yeah, okay. Thank you, Mimi. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna get to that video as well. 'Cause like I said, I always enjoy just watching Cardi's videos, and she once again brought up what I told y'all a long time ago about these music videos. You know, she's putting her own money into it because she likes being creative with the music videos, and radio companies, record companies, they're not even paying people for music videos anymore. There used to be a separate budget for your music video. They used to have, you know, Missy once spent almost $1 million. You know, Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson video holds the record for being the most expensive music video. They spent $5 million on Scream. Missy, I believe, spent $1 million on a video budget. So back then, they used to give you money for your music videos as well. Now it's like, oh, you got MAC, man, I mean MWC, man with camera. I got my NWC. They're not even you ain't even got to be a videographer. MWC, man with camera. What are you talking about? Nicki can play about to the phone. Y'all told her she was lying. Who said she was lying? About music videos? Huh? What are you talking about? That they need $4,500,000 back from Scream. Yeah, it was, man. So that's why I'm impressed with by Cardi B taking out her own money, saying, "Look, I know I'm not going to get the money back for this music video. People don't watch music videos like that anymore, and people don't really care about music videos. But I care about the visual, so I'm going to go and put this money into this music video. Don't y'all worry about it. It's my money." So Atlantic don't got to give her the money, and that way they ain't got to worry about them paying it back. So that's a whole thing with her since she came in. When after the first album, what people don't realize is when people say, "Oh, they're going broke." No, they're not. They made back way more than they ever thought they would make for Cardi B. They never even imagined Cardi B making this amount of money. All right. So when the first album came out, she didn't even get $1 million on her budget. I believe she got around $750,000 to make that first project. But that first project blew up. And, you know, total with everything with the marketing and this, that, and the third, and the promotion, they may have spent $1 million. Well, Invasion of Privacy made $36 million. They spent $1 million to make that record. So she brought them back a profit of $35 million. That's why when she got the check from Atlantic, she had the issue with the previous management, and then they sued her. Right? So out of the $36 million, because she was tied in with the previous management company, she had to end up giving them 29%. I think she ended up giving them about $8 million out of the 36 million. She had to give them $8 million. So that money was sitting in escrow when she first made the money. But that's the reason why when my boy Mike Kaiser was sitting on Joe Buttons, and he said Cardi B has already exceeded expectation. So whatever she's asking for, we're going to pay her like a superstar. Because Cardi B said, hey, listen, you guys really only spent $1 million, right? You guys spent only $1 million. I made y'all $36 million. So what's up with my next project? I need a big budget. Plus, I need a signing bonus, right? I need money that I don't have to give back. Plus, I'm going to need my budget. So Mike Kaiser said, basically, because she was on, when Cardi B first came out, she was on options, right? So after your first album, you got the option to go somewhere else. So after she saw success of the first album, she was pretty much using Rock Nation for leverage. Because after the first album, she told Mike Kaiser, allegedly, that, hey, I could go over to Rock Nation. And Rock Nation at the time still had their record label. I can go to Rock Nation and partner with Warner if y'all don't give me the money I asked for. And Mike Kaiser pretty much cut the check. Right? And you can see and go back to Lucien Grange's son or whatever, when he made the comment and said, when he went on Twitter and said, Cardi B ain't going nowhere. We not letting her go. So, you know, she is a staple over there in Atlantic, because Cardi B next album can flop and she'll still be in the green as far as Atlantic goes. Right? So, you know, she did 255 first album and she did 200K second album. So Cardi B, for people saying, oh, she's in the black. No, she isn't. No, she isn't. She's nowhere near she made money, right? She made money for them. No problem, Tammy. Make sure you come back. So, let's see. We're going to talk about Nicki's meet and greet. We're going to talk about Cardi B's music video. Now, of course, I can't show the music video because they'll ding the hell out of me. But let's go in here. So they're saying now Trim is taking shots at Cardi B. I mean, I don't know whether that to be true or not, but if it is, oh well. Comes with the territory. Comes with the territory. All right, hold on. Let me make sure I don't have oh, this is just a couple of seconds, so they'll let me keep this in. Okay. Hold on. All right. So she dropped the video for AHA. A video that she invested herself. Looks like she went over to maybe DR. She may have went to DR or Colombia or somewhere to do that video. She looks great. The song, I'm not really that crazy about the song, but the song, I believe, went to 25 on the chart. It's still on the charts right now, and she is about to gear up to possibly do this second leg of a tour, which I hope she does do. second leg of the tour, which will be overseas. Now, hold on. I was hoping for Cast Out. Mimi let me know that they didn't. I know there was a rumor, a few weeks ago that Cast Out was going to be on a remix of the Aha song, but Mimi let me know that that's not true. But she did have Cast Out. When she mentioned Cast Out, she did have her. And like I said, I can't show the video, but she did have Cast Out as a cameo, right? As a cameo. Her body is sick. Looks great. And then of course she, the picture with the hair, she's still doing her hair thing, Good Grow or whatever the name of it is, right? Yeah, she's doing her thing, man. And I'm trying to see about the views. Hold on. Hold on, man. I want to make sure I don't get her YouTube on my screen. Next thing you know, they'll be saying, "Oh, you was showing Cardi B's videos. We gotta give you a warning." Like, nigga. Let's see. So, well, I tell you, man, people are really over. All right, so the music video is at 1.4 million in 20 hours. Okay, so that's good. So it's at 1.4 million the first 20 hours. So it should be on pace to do at least a million a day because it's 20 hours and it did 1.4 million. So it should be on pace to do a million a day. Just imagine how far music has dipped. When she came out with WAP, and I sat there and watched it, WAP did a million an hour. That's how crazy. Yeah, Grow Good. WAP did a million an hour. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. I remember right under that. I remember when Nicki put out the video with 6ix9ine. They almost did a million an hour. They did it for like the first 20, 21 hours. Then it dipped off a little bit, but they was right along a million an hour too. And you're talking only when WAP came out, what, 2020? And only 6 years later. And look how far music everywhere has dipped. I'm very interested to see when the girl T Swizzle, Taylor Swift, when she comes back. I'm interested to see what type of numbers she do. Now, a lot of people are saying that my girl Ice Spice, hold on, my girl Ice Spice will put out a record. A lot of people are saying that she not dissed Cardi B, but she was shading Cardi B in her music video. Now, the Ice Spice record had Yachty on it, so I really didn't pay too much attention because I can't stand Yachty. I do like Ice Spice though. I like Ice Spice, but when I saw she had Yachty on it, I'm like, eh. But the record is called Out My Face, I can't play it. um, she did reference the McDonald's incident in it in the video. Mm, child. So this was produced by Cardo Got Wings, not produced by. No wonder I didn't hear her say "Stop playing with them, Riot." So not produced by Riot. But I think they said at the end of it, she said "aha" something like that. Um, saying Ice Spice always whacking Cardi. I don't know about always whacking Cardi. Um, but she said now she went to the brown hair. Ice Spice to me started messing up when she came off that red hair. I didn't mind the going from the carrot top, the bush, the red afro to like the red straightened wig or whatever it was, right? Or maybe the afro was the wig, whatever the case may be. But now you're not even really doing the same hair. Like now you're starting to look like you look like Lotto now. Like you don't you had when you had your and I tweeted this to her. When you had that little red afro, you was different. Like there was nobody looking like you at all. Nobody looked like you. When you had that red afro, that red carrot afro, nobody looked like you. You had the natural body, the red afro. Okay, you went to the straightened red hair. That was still different because you still look different. Now you look like Lotto. Like Lotto now. You like every other chick. Coyle Ray. If you look at y'all quickly, y'all all look like the same girl when your hair is the same color as theirs. And that's what was working. That was working. The red afro was working. I don't get it. I don't know who y'all got in y'all's corner. But y'all are a lot of y'all are the classic saying, if it ain't broke, we'll break it. Instead of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, we'll break it. It's like there was no reason for for her to go to the damn red hair. I mean, to turn away from the red hair. That was working. And now, if you ain't using Riot no more, now you're even going away from your sound. I'll tell you, a lot of people get on me about liking Ice Spice. But Ice Spice wasn't nobody sounding like her, regardless of whether you think she can rap or you think she's trash. There was nobody sounding like Ice Spice. Her music was different. Her look was different. Now, she's not no lyricist like that, but I'm sorry. I always tell people when I was out and about the few times, I think that was around the last time I stopped going to clubs. When her songs came on in the club, man, that club went up. That club went up. When that Munch and that, do you think you're the shit? Bitch? That's still my shit. That, you think you're the shit, bitch? Not even a far. That's it. The club used to go up when that come on. What? She had a different sound, but I don't know. I believe they're saying something about at the end of the video. She said, "Girls always talking, but they ain't gonna do nothing." And then she said, "Aha." So take with that information what you might. And then they're saying that Trim, is that her name? Trim, aka Walmart Nicki, is shading her by saying, "Oh, girls had to go to the club, had to go stripping in the club. That's why they mad or something like that." Which really wouldn't make no sense because everybody knows that Cardi B has always embraced, you know, with how far she's come. And she said, "I used to be a stripper. I had to do what I had to do." So she never shied away from it. She never ever was mad that she had to be a stripper. So I don't know if she's calls herself whacking Cardi B with that. That doesn't really make a lot of sense because Cardi B was never ever mad at anybody else that didn't come up as a stripper. That was just her way at that time that she had to get money. Mama couldn't give it for me, had to get it at Sue's. Lord only knows how I got it at Sue's. Used to be covered in diamonds, now I'm dripping in jewels. Real bitch. Only thing fake is the boobs. Get money, go hard. Motherfucking right. Fronting on you bitches up a motherfucking spite. Get money, go hard. That was my shit, boy. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so Ice Spice record. I'm gonna have to revisit it. You know, it sounds again. She still got a different sound. Ice Spice, don't really use producers that everybody else is using, so that's the reason why she got a different sound. So for everybody that's out there that's really sounding the same, looking the same, especially when she had the red afro, that's one thing you could definitely say about Ice Spice. And if you don't say that, you're not listening or you're just hating. Ice Spice does not sound like everyone else. For anybody to say, "Oh, she just sounds," no, she doesn't. She does not sound like everyone else. Right. So she definitely differentiated herself from that. Let's see. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Let's go over to Twitter and hold on here because Beyonce is stepping back up. She about to make people start crashing out again. Let's go tap in and you know what? Before I get into the Beyonce thing, right? People are going crazy because it says Jason Derulo and Daphne Joy spotted on a Mexico beach stroll. Now, they used to mess around. I thought this was old. I thought this was old. If this is not old, hey, I thought Daphne Joy was with Ack. Uh, so she done double back. Wait a minute. This looks old to me. I thought, come on, man, this looks old. This can't be new. Look, Daphne ain't even built like that no more. Let me go. Daphne's not even built like that no more. Daphne's thicker than that now. Nah, this is old, dude. This he circled back and went back to Daphne. Nah, this ain't this is old. It's gotta be. I'm telling you, people, these newbies, they ain't got no content. They mad that they missed the times. So now they want to circle back. Let me see. People said that is true though. People said this looked like the same picture she took with 50 Cent. Ah, this looked like the same picture she took with 50. I agree. Why do these men keep dating the same team? Well, Chris Brown answered that. He said, let me see if I can find it. Chris Brown once answered that because everybody had that question like, all these women that are around, like, why do your dudes keep dating the same women? Like, hold on. Chris Brown speaks on dating the same women. Hold on. See if I can find it. Same women as other artists. Women. Hold on, let me try one more on why in the industry that may have been it. I think it was this one right here. Well, anyway, I can't find it, but Chris Brown said, "Oh, it's like an ego thing. It's like an ego thing." And he was like, they'd be like, "Oh, that's so and so's girl. Oh, word. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can see if I can take her." He said it really be, if they got beef with other artists, that's how they, get one up on the other artists by going through their women, and they try to outdo the other one, and she like this nigga. Oh, work. Oh, watch this. He said it's a shame because a lot of women. He said, but that's how you end up the same 9 or 10 women being passed around because a lot of times they just be doing it just to try to prove a point. Oh, she dated him. You know what I mean, look at it with 50 and Diddy and Future. It seemed like every girl that's ever been with Bow Wow, Future had to go date. And Bow Wow brought that up, and because at the time everybody, Future was in and Bow Wow was out, everybody said, "Oh, please, Bow Wow, Future don't need to go." But when you look at it, he went and got Bow Wow baby mother pregnant. Bow Wow was the first one with what's her name, Chavez. He kind of like introduced her to the industry. She was like his Karuchi. how Chris Brown introduced Karuchi to everybody, and Joe Budden introduced Tahiri to everybody, and Kanye introduced Amber to everybody. So that's when they first got noticed. Everybody always remember Karuchi as Chris Brown's girl. Everybody remembered Amber before she went on to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. But everybody's like, oh shit, that's the girl that was with Kanye. That's why all the men started flocking to her. Oh, Kanye had her. Oh, nah, I'm going to get her. Because she was with Kanye, so I'm going to get her. I could treat her better than Kanye. Mm-hmm. Did Frank Ocean whoop Chris Brown ass? I heard he stomped him out. No, Frank Ocean got his ass whipped. Chris Brown, Frank Ocean got his ass whipped. And I don't even think it was Chris Brown. Hey, forward, hold on. Let me try. I did a video on that. I got to remember the story. I can't remember it right now, what happened. But no, Frank Ocean did not beat up Chris Brown. I thought they said Frank Ocean. Darius, to be honest with you, I'm not even going to speak on it because I don't really remember. I don't really remember. Did Frank Ocean? It was like wasn't it like over a parking space or it was over something stupid. But then you might be right. I don't think it was actually Chris Brown, but it was like Chris Brown security. I mean, the same thing when Chris Brown and Drake got into it. It wasn't really Chris Brown and Drake, but it was like Drake's posse, started with Chris posse. Drake may have threw the bottle, but then he was sitting with Meek Mill, and then Meek Mill threw a bottle at Chris, and then Chris's people threw a bottle back, and then I believe that's how it started. Like, what the fuck is this, basketball wise? Y'all niggas tossing glasses and bottles. Crazy. Hold on a minute. So juvenile dating affected, everybody's got it. Right. You're right, Tammy. But, Chris Brown even admitted, he said, I know that's crazy, but that's how it is. He tried to get with Nebby, when and the same way how when him and Quavo and Offset was beefing. I mean, when him and Quavo was beefing, he went and smashed Sweetie. When him and Offset was beefing, he tried to smash Cardi B. He remember when Offset, her and Offset broke up, and then next thing you know, Cardi B received like 24 roses to her dressing room. The word around town, and when they asked him, he just started laughing. Word around town, it was Chris Brown sent it to her. He was trying to jump in there and smash, but that's how they do. They try to get your girl so they can have bragging rights. I mean, that's kind of started with Jay-Z and Nas. You know what I mean? I know what, did you know what, will you know who? Let's keep that between me and you, nigga. So that kind of started all that. I'ma get they girl. Of a studio. Yeah, I knew it was something crazy. Yeah, Cardi wasn't going to get involved. She knew that they were beefing. Now, that was right after the fight at the BET Awards. And then they end up breaking up, and Chris Brown was Chris is funny. He was gonna try to smash that, then he would have had that over Offset's head. But Cardi didn't take the bait. Meanwhile, Offset was out there running up and everything. You know? And let's just be honest. When I first started hearing, hold on, my phone. I gotta turn this off. When I first started hearing about Offset, right? It was after people realized he was dating Cardi B. Because when I first used to hear about the Migos, the only thing I used to hear about the Migos was, oh, the only cute one is Quavo. Quavo's the only cute one. Takeoff is ugly. He can just rap the best. And Offset is just weird looking. There's nothing cute about Offset. Quavo is the only good looking one. And then when Offset got with Cardi B, you know, you get with somebody, they can make you attractive. And Cardi B made Offset attractive. Because women are funny. Women have this thing where if they see a dude, right, with a fly girl, even if they aren't even normally interested in a dude like a dude, they're gonna wonder like, what's so special about him? Why is she with him? Why the hell is somebody that bad, a bitch that bad with this nigga? I want to know what it is so special about him. You know? So they want to find out. And all of a sudden, girls talking about how Offset was so attractive and Offset's the best looking one in the group. Then when Quavo started losing popularity, all of a sudden the girls didn't like Quavo no more. Now they talk about, oh, Offset is the only one. I'm like, y'all wasn't saying that before. Yep. That's funny. Chris Rock had an old joke that is so true. He said men and women act different around when their person, when their friend has somebody good or has somebody fine. And that is perfect example. Like my daughter Shekinah's mother is Haitian, right? And I remember taking her to a New Year's Eve party back in the day. And it was the first time that all my friends seen it, because I was like, I didn't bring my girl around or whatever, so like that, right? So she came, she had this little short little lace black dress on, right? She was already thick. And then dudes was like, damn, who is that? Right? And then she was there and she got along with everybody and she was laughing up. This first time she met people. And then guys was like, damn, she got a sister? She got a friend? She got a cousin? So dudes, when dudes see they boy with a nice girl, with a girl, they always say, damn, I need a girl like her. Women, when they see their girl got a good man, they say, damn, I need him. So when Chris Rock told that joke years ago, it was so hilarious because uh, most of the dudes do say that. Oh, your girl got a sister? Your girl got any friends that look like her? Your girl got any friends that act like her? Right? And then, but the girl don't ask her girlfriend that he got a brother. Now what's up with that nigga? Oh man, but yeah, that was an old running joke from Chris Rock. This here, if she is back with hopping on Jason Derulo's back, this can't be new. But there's nobody. You see, the thing is, most of these people are young. Most of these people are young, so they don't even remember when they dated. Okay. So we got to find out whether this is new or not. Act, you done lost your girl already, Act. But everybody knows that she was just on Act because Act is got a fan base. He was willing to trick. He spent what he say? How much money did he said he spent on that date? That's the type of guy. You know, Daphne will give up the jaws if you gonna pay out. She don't care. Giving up the jaws is nothing to her. She gonna give up them jaws. If you paying out, if you paying, she's staying. All right, now let me go here. We're gonna head on over to Secret. I just bought my daughter some Secret. Let me tell you something. Beyonce, I can't lie. I can't lie. Beyonce, your shit is the truth. My daughter loves that stuff. She's like, I've never seen anything like this. The detangler and the oil, the Secret oil and the detangler. If you got black kids or kids that are mixed race, but their texture is more, coarse, go get that Beyonce detangler and oil, vitamin oil for the hair. Shit, that stuff work wonders. Beyonce, you got one. You got one. Now it's a little pricey. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Beyonce, you got one, sis. So on August 20th, Secret launched by Beyonce knows Cardi in 2024 filed the U.S. trademarks covering electric curling irons, flat irons, clippers. You see, she gonna use them. She gonna sell them clippers. She gonna sell them clippers that she was cutting Jay-Z hair with. You see how everything is a plan. You see how everything is marketing. This is why I said before, they'll never go broke because everything about them is to generate money. They're gonna find a way. You laugh at it, you talk about it. They're gonna find a way to use it. It's kind of like what Angel Reese does. They were saying, oh, she don't get me rebounds, she get me bounds, and she was like, me bounds. What'd she do? Runs out and trademark me bounds. Next thing you know, she's making, a 5-figure deal off of it because people was out there trying to make fun of her and saying, oh, she get me bounds. She don't get rebounds. Right? Put a one in the chat if y'all can still hear me. I can't see my mic. The hell? Can't see my damn microphone. Y'all put one in the chat. Shout out to everybody over on Twitter, over on Twitch and YouTube. All right, so Tammy's still here. Madison Mars. Okay, Madison's still here. Okay. So Beyonce is expanding, right? Clippers and scalp treatments like micron needle rollers and gua sha tools. The brand already Ultra Beauty's biggest prestige hair care launch follows its 2026 styling collection with heat protection. Fans cheer the full hair ecosystem, while others note the tools won't come cheap. Praising Beyonce's business move, and they won't. They won't come cheap. But let me tell y'all something. If y'all child or if you got coarse hair and you need a detangler, let me say, spend that $30 or whatever it is. Go out and get that sacred detangler. That shit works wonders. And then the vitamin E oil, the vitamin E oil for the hair, to add the shine to the hair. My daughter loves it. She loves it. She was like, "This is the best. This is the best stuff." Now it's a little pricey, so when it's time, I'm like, make sure you use a little bit at a time. Make sure that shit don't run out by next month, because I ain't running back and getting no more. So I spent up $70 by the time I was done, on her hair stuff. Because she getting ready to start school back, so I want to make sure she's straight. Yeah, I understand that. Every time she sells a product, it's like Beyonce's the only one that sells products. Everybody is using what they do to make money, but everyone acts like only Beyonce and Jay-Z does that. Everybody does that. Everybody is on the internet or doing whatever to make money. That's what the new thing is now on the internet. Finding different ways to make money. So if she's sitting there and everybody was saying, "Oh, he got on a wig," so then she said, "How can I turn this into money? I know what I'll do. I'll cut his hair. I'll use clippers out in front of the whole world, and then once they see me cut his hair, I'm gonna then put the clip. I'm gonna sell the clippers that y'all see me using to cut Jay's hair." And remember, during that whole entire time, when they were saying he got a wig, when they were saying, "Oh, he did that," all her product sales went up. All her sales went up. It's just like Angel Reese with the Me Bounds. Now she's like, "Yep, that's right, Me Bound." And then she went and got a big figure deal. Then the people who said it tried to come back and get a piece of it. They talk about taking Angel Reese to court and this and other. She was like, "You can't take her to court. Y'all said Me Bound, y'all was trying to be slick. Y'all just didn't think that she was gonna run." She did it the same night too. She was quick with it. She went and trademarked Me Bounds, which was smart. Angel Reese be making smart business moves. She went and trademarked Me Bounds, and then she went and got the T-shirts made up, Me Bounds, right? Because everything that come off that rim is mine. Boy, that Angel Reese is a slick son bitch, boy. Go ahead, Angel Reese. I fuck with Angel Reese. I mean, the music, again, something very important. Music not sound like that anymore. You're right. You heard Cardi B talking about it. The people are the record labels are like, you know what? If y'all are out there on the internet and you trying to, get brand deals and this, that, and the third, and you're trying to get these deals that we don't get a piece of your money from, the internet really killed the record industry. But now they tried to get it back with the streaming. So the streaming favors the record label. It favors the labels, favors the producers. It don't favor the artists. Snoop Dogg told y'all that he had 1 billion streams. He got a check for like $30,000. He said, for 1 billion streams, that's what I got a check for? $30,000 or 17,000, something like that. It was some crazy number. But you see, what these artists need to understand is just sell to your fan base. That's it. You're gonna have to forget about going platinum or going platinum. You got to forget about being on Billboard and just say, I'm just going to sell to my fans. Like if I put something on, yep, that's what he said on Project. He said, I had 1 billion streams and I got a check. It may even been less than that. For 1 billion streams. I mean, that's like, what if you sold 1 billion records? Let's see here. So yeah, let's take a look at some of the comments. There are gonna be some haters. So it says here, public service announcement for the haters. These tools will not be cheap. The price will be the price. Save the think pieces and disservices. A styling iron is not insulin, gas, food, or water. Buy what you want, what you ninjas can affordably afford. And don't get mad at the people who can afford it. I love that. I love that. Hold on. Let me answer that back. I'm going to say comment of the day. That's right. That's right. I got to give them their props. Hold on. Comment of the day. Okay. The post has been deleted or not visible to you. Okay, it's visible to me. Or maybe, because I'm not hold on. Okay. DJBS. I've been waiting on the curl and I. I love Beyonce down, but don't be a bootlicker for a billionaire. Like, oh my God. Y'all niggas be hating don't hate on a billionaire. Go out there and get your money. I'll never hate on no billionaire. I can't tell people, oh, there should not be. Nah, I'll never hate if they found a way to make somebody pay them. That's the same thing I said about academics. I'm not mad at academics. I'm mad at the people who made him rich. I'm not mad at him. He's taking advantage of what people are allowing him to do. So I'll never be mad at nobody for finding a way to get their money unless they stealing it. I need her to trademark Somebody Care. She really found her juice. Adjust. She need to be patenting that blonding kit. When she makes a black-owned version of Ultra with only black brands, stop it. Y'all stop it. Once again, y'all don't give a fuck about black brands. You don't give a fuck about black brands because you have opportunity. There are black brands out there where you could just go support the black brands, but you don't, right? And then when a celebrity that you like makes their thing, you go and get from their thing. So she's a black woman and it's her brand. That's a black brand. That's the way I see it. Is she black? Yes. Is it? It's her brand? Yes. Okay, then it's a black brand. My goodness, people just always want something to complain about. When you get an opportunity that all these black brands that are on the internet and whatever else, where you don't even got to even mess with nobody else. There's plenty of black brands, mom and pop and independent people that's struggling trying to get one sale. Go buy they shit then. I'm sure you ain't saying that when you buying from Shein and Temu and all these other places. Amazon. Those ain't black brands. People always want to have something to complain about. Go on the internet and then just support straight black businesses. They're all over the internet. So, yeah, the curling iron, I can only imagine they definitely gonna be close to 200. But yeah, again, I'm definitely promoting the oil and the detangler. I was like, let me see what Beyonce talking about. Shit, these shit better work too, or else I'm gonna call her out on the internet and say she's selling scam products. But my daughter loves it. She was like, "This is amazing." I said, "Well, it's her hair. She should know whether it's amazing or not." So Beyonce, you got yourself one. Mm. She's already been successful. The girl said bank account will be zeroed out, but oh well worth it. Lord have mercy. Is that the person saying that? Child. Yeah, Beyonce doing her thing. Doing her thing. So while she's got the world talking about that, her husband, I love to see it because Jay-Z, when you finally stop talking about let's see how Jay
up for listening to Bit
how Jay went and mapped out uh his 2026, right? He came out the top of the year and he put the tickets on sale for his shows, right? When they had up to 1 million people in the queue at one time and all those shows sold out in 30 minutes, they talked about Jay-Z for a couple of weeks. Now, at the same time that's happening, simultaneously, he drops the interview with the dude from GQ, where he's talking about, oh, he doesn't think that uh, battling is good. It may not be good for hip hop anymore. Woo, 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 woo. Everybody starts spiraling. Everybody's making think pieces. Everybody's making videos. So another 2 weeks, they're talking about Jay-Z for another 2 weeks. Then, right before the Roots joint, he drops another interview. He drops another interview. And then people start talking again for what he was saying, taking out little things of what he was saying during that interview. So they talk and made think pieces for another 2 weeks. Then comes, well, remember, he made the statement in the GQ interview that it's all offense. It's all offense in 2026. I played enough defense. It's all offense. Everybody was like, what the hell does he mean by that? And this is what he meant by all offense. Now he's just going to hit you with things back to back to back to back to back like Drake. And like Drake hit Meek Mill. And then by the time you have time to process it, boom, I'm going to hit your ass with something else. So he does, after that interview, while they're talking about that, here comes the Roots picnic. They get to the Roots picnic and he drops the freestyle. Everybody crashes out over that. Oh, that freestyle was wet. Oh, he's too old. Oh, listen. No matter what they said, they were talking about that little 6-minute freestyle. They talked about it all month. Oh, he's going to come back, so-and-so, he's coming to drink. Oh, why is he supposed to drink? Why is he coming to drink? Why is he coming to Nicki Minaj? So. Right? It was all good just a week ago. It was all good when Jay was just sitting back not saying nothing. But then when he finally decides to open his mouth to defend himself, why is he coming at somebody so young? Oh, why is he coming at all the young kids? Because the young kids came at me. Mind your business. Mind your business. That's all. Mind your business. Keep my name out your mouth. I won't have to come back at you. So then, after they talking about the interviews and the freestyle, the Yankee Stadium joint comes up. And then there's news that he purposely put out there. Trust me, he purposely put out there and made it go out there and say, oh man, I don't know. Jay's tickets, they're lowering their tickets down. They may not be selling. See, now the people who wasn't talking about him no more, now they come back on the internet to engage and talk about him some more and say, his tickets, it ain't gonna be sold out. I can't wait till the show come out, because then I can't wait till the show come. I'm gonna watch all the empty seats. So now they've got people to re-engage again that had stopped talking about Jay-Z. He knew good and damn well that there was gonna be no empty seats in the building. And then what happened? Night of the concert, everybody got fooled. And it was sell out, 3 straight nights. So Jay-Z has found a way without an album, all right? Without an album, no. He never, if you remember what people say, he never said there was an album. I don't know why people are believing Ray Daniels. These people don't like Jay-Z. So why do you think Jay-Z would allow them to find out information about him? Jay-Z said when he was sitting in that chair, I got a whole bunch of music, but it's just like angry stuff. So, I've always said I'm not going to come out with music unless I got something to say. Well, he has something that he was replying back in the Greek fest, in the Greek picnic. He was just replying back to everybody that Jay mentioned during that freestyle and picnic. He was replying back to people who had said something to him. He didn't just come out and just say and just start coming to people. So that's a reply. So unless people come at him again, there's no reason for him to say anything else. Because then it'd be like, okay, see, now you're just looking for attention and you trying to pick a fight. That's the reason why he hasn't said anything else. Because he responded. Now it's their turn. If they want smoke, they got to come back and say something else. It's not, oh, he's waiting for a response. No, no, he's not waiting for a response. He was the response. He was the response. You know how long Dame Dash been talking about Jay-Z and Jay-Z hasn't said anything back? You know how long Nicki been mentioning Jay-Z for 2 years straight, ever since he gave the Super Bowl to Kendrick, and he has said nothing back. Oskino, for the last 3-4 years, we've been talking about Jay-Z. He's never said nothing back. Tory Lane's father, Love Nation, you will crumble. How long people have been saying that? He didn't say anything back. Tory Lane said Rock Nation is responsible for locking him up, and Rock Nation's going to set him up. He didn't say anything back. Kanye West called his kids retarded. He didn't say anything back. So when Jay-Z finally, Jaguar Wright, how long Jaguar Wright been talking about Jay-Z? He still ain't really respond back to her. I would have gave her way more than that. Jaguar was mad that he didn't say more. So he was just responding back. He wasn't looking for, people listen to DJ Academics. Oh, he's waiting for the. No, he isn't. Nicki Minaj hasn't said anything in months. Once he allegedly sent her that "shut the fuck up or else" letter, she hasn't said anything. She didn't even respond back to his response. She hasn't said anything. As a matter of fact, when that dude Brucevich tweeted after Jay-Z's freestyle, she made him delete his tweet. He deleted that tweet within a half hour. So it's something that she received that she don't want to take a chance and mention Jay-Z anymore. Even after he mentioned her in the picnic response back. So we'll see going forward whether she says something back to Jay-Z. But I don't see Jay-Z going. Jay-Z's never done that. I don't see Jay-Z battling a woman. I just can't see it. I can't see it. You know? I can't see it. I'm sure there has been, if I look down at the charts, I'm sure there's been women in what's up, Jessica? I'm sure there's been women in the business that may have took a shot at Jay or may have said something about Jay. He never responded back to them. Look how long MIA. Look how long he never responded back to Jaguar Wright. Look how long MIA was taunting him, trying to get into something. He never responded back to her. She been trying to bait Jay-Z for 10 years. He never responded back to her. Right? So this was his response back, and everybody's having a fit. So now once he does the response back, people talked about that for 2 or so months. Like I said, then he did the shows. Everybody thought that he was going to come back with another freestyle during the show. Nope. Why do I need to come back with another one? I said what I said. And unless they come back at me again, even if they do come back at me again, I don't need to say no more. You know? Everybody else gets to respond. Everybody else gets to sell their product. Everybody else gets to make money. Except Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's always got to be something wrong when they make money. It's criticism. Let me show you all. And if you were online this week, you've seen this, right? But somebody made a comment and they said, Jay-Z's presence has protected Nas for years. Right? Jay-Z's presence has protected Nas for years. Let me say. So this is Nas, right? This is Nas speaking on Jay-Z and Beyonce's ex-bestie, Gwyneth Paltrow. Right? This is what Nas said.
I mean, who has a right to use the word?
I mean, I will slap the shit out of somebody for Gwyneth Paltrow. She's the homie. She's cool. If Gwyneth gets a pass, yo, real people get a pass, man. We know what this shit is. Like, we don't interrupt Italians when they say "what" to each other. We don't interrupt that. They're gonna punch you in your mouth if you interrupt them. Don't interrupt us. And we pick and choose. Some of us will get more angry about it, you know, than others. But you know, some people get a pass, and that's just how I'm on it. The people who I know is cool and real niggas, Gwyneth Paltrow's a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's my homie. Shout out to Gwyneth. You know what I'm saying? So some people, it gets a pass.
So if you didn't hear what Nas said I'll slap the shit out of somebody for Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow's the homie. Gwyneth Paltrow's cool. Gwyneth Paltrow's a real N-word. Some people get a pass. Now, Nas said that. Nope, Nas said that. Nas said that. So Nas said that, and nobody talks about it. It just goes under the rug. People gotta find it. Can you imagine if Jay said that? Just imagine if Jay-Z said, "Oh, yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow can say nigga. I'll smack the shit out of anybody for Gwyneth Paltrow." Gwyneth Paltrow a real nigga. There would be think pieces, resurfaced videos, YouTubes about how he's a sellout. YouTube, there would be everything. When it's Nas, it's crickets. When it's Nas, it's crickets. When Jay-Z was going for the casino, all of a sudden everybody had morals. Oh, he's going to turn people into a bunch of fiends. He's going to turn people into addicts, into gambling addicts. Oh, it's going to be too much traffic. He's going to be causing a scene down there in Manhattan. We don't need no more gamblers. Gamblers an addiction. Jay-Z's such a capitalist. All he cares about is himself. Nas got a casino. Oh, look at Nas. Nas, he won up Jay again. Nas still killing Jay. What happened to the addicts? I thought y'all said y'all don't want no more gambling addicts. But when Nas got the casino, that's fine. If Jay would have got it, they'd have been talking about how he's turning people into gambling addicts. Oh, he's a capitalist. He's just using it to capitalize on. Well, what do you think Nas is going to do for him? You don't think Nas going to make no money from it? What do y'all think Nas is doing? Do y'all think Nas is going to run that casino for free? No, he's going to make money off it too. So just imagine, ask yourself, would everybody be laughing saying, oh, Jay crazy? He said Gwyneth Paltrow is a real N-word. People are laughing at Nas said it. Yo, Nas a real nigga. What could I say?
Right? Hold on. Hold on. All right, there it is. Move that one. All right, perfect. But this is how it is. Kenji, this is what I'm saying. There's a whole lot of stuff out there about Nas that nobody seems to want to find. It's funny how y'all find, I'm not saying y'all as a you, but it's funny how they find everything about Jay. Everything about Jay-Z, they find, except the good stuff. But anything that they can deem as questionable, it don't matter how long ago it happened, they find. But this shit with Nas, when Khalees came on and said Nas whooped her ass, I didn't see nobody coming down on Nas. Imagine if Beyonce said about Jay. Khalees said, this man is violent. This man used to beat me. They blamed Khalees. Said Khalees was lying. They said Khalees was lying. Nas ain't never did nothing to you. She was married to the man. From what I heard, like I said, with the whole Gwyneth Paltrow thing, and again, I'm very good at this. That's why I say alleged. Y'all can believe what you want to believe. But it was said that Jay-Z, I'm going to do a video about this too for the Patreon. I'll do the whole thing. I'll give y'all a quick version of it here. But I'll give you the full version on Patreon. It was saying that Jay-Z, Beyonce, Chris Martin, and Gwyneth Paltrow used to do a certain therapy together. And as long as the conversations was amongst the four of them, it was fine. What I hear, Gwyneth started going around Jay-Z without Beyonce and without Chris Martin's presence. And Beyonce wasn't feeling it. So she gave Gwyneth her walking papers. And basically told Jay-Z, if you follow her, stay gone. And Jay is probably like, oh, see you later, Gwyneth. I ain't losing my shit over you. Right? So, and then people think that it's got something to do with those pictures that was public. No, it has nothing to do with them pictures. Because those pictures, Beyonce was there. Those pictures with Jay-Z and Gwyneth Paltrow walking with their arms around each other, Beyonce was there. Beyonce and Gwyneth's husband was there. They was on another part of the beach. Jay-Z and Gwyneth were having a conversation, and he put his arm around her. She had his arm around him. They were walking on the beach, but Beyonce was there, so it had nothing to do with that. She knew that took place. They was out in the open. So everybody that don't have the information say, oh, look, he was cheating on Gwyneth, and that's who Becky with the good hair was. No, it was not. Becky with the good hair was Rachel Roy. Rachel Roy. Her and Gwyneth were still friends when Lemonade came out. They were still friends, so she was not talking about Gwyneth Paltrow. But people that don't have the information say, oh, yeah, it's because of those pictures that dropped. They were in public. They didn't think that, of course, Jay-Z knew that people were going to take pictures. They were in public. But on top of that, Beyonce and Chris Martin were both there at that time. Amber Rose said who was his mistress? That she was Jay-Z's mistress, or that Gwyneth was Jay-Z's mistress? Gwyneth wasn't Jay-Z's mistress. Whatever Gwyneth and Jay-Z had going on, I'll just put it this way. Beyonce and Chris Martin had going on. Jay-Z's mistress was Rachel Roy. Gwyneth Paltrow wasn't at the Met Gala when Solange beat Jay-Z up in that elevator. Gwyneth Paltrow wasn't even there. Gwyneth Paltrow wasn't at the Met Gala when Solange went off on Jay-Z, but Rachel Roy was. Amber Rose don't know what she talk about either. She's another one. Amber Rose don't know what's going on in the Carter household. She just knows that Beyonce and Gwyneth and them were friends at one point, and the next thing you know, they weren't friends. Right? So that's all they know. That's all they knew, is that they were friends at one point. Now they're not. So she started assuming, oh, it's because of she's Becky with the good hair or whatever. No. Rachel Roy was Becky with the good hair. And that's the reason why she responded, good hair don't care. Rachel Roy pretty much told everybody that the song was about her when she posted, good hair don't care. Rachel Roy was diabolical. Look, right after that song came out, right after that song came out, right now you gonna tell me this was just coinky dink? Wait a minute. Y'all just think I was coinky dink? Here it is right here. Let me share the screen. So right after Beyonce put out, you better call Becky with the good hair, Rachel Roy posted this. Good hair don't care, but we will take good lighting for selfies or self-truth. Always. living the life. And then look at the picture of her laughing. Oh, man, I'll never forget that week. That week was funny. Boy, them barbs came at her ass, boy. They was coming at her daughter. And remember that's that Ava. Ava was only about 16 at that time. And the Beehive was the Barbs before the Barbs. The Beehive used to, for all Beehives that are talk now, yeah, y'all are older now, but y'all was just as bad when you were younger. They were just as bad as the Barbs when they were younger. Because they did this, they made this girl scared to show up at events. Right? It was Rachel Roy. And the story went, once again, Rachel Roy was Dame Dash's ex-wife. Now, according to people who used to work at Def Jam, Rachel Roy wanted Jay-Z. It's the same way how they said Aaliyah originally wanted Jay-Z. But then Dame came from the back, snaked Jay-Z, and told Jay-Z the same way how Meek Mill got Nicki Minaj. Told Aaliyah that Jay-Z was seeing other women. He's out there with another girl right now. He's out there with Rosario Dawson. That bitch from He's Got Game. He fucking with her. Right? So Aaliyah was like, oh, really? And that's when she chartered the helicopter for all the Aaliyah fans and the Dame Dash fans that want to say, oh, no, she friend-zoned Jay-Z. She friend-zoned him. The Aaliyah fans always want to say she never dated Jay-Z. So then, if she never dated Jay, and you can ask Lady Luck this, you can ask a whole bunch of people, whoever was in the Def Jam building at that time, and was at that party. Why did she, if she never dated Jay-Z, if she was never in a relationship with Jay-Z, why did she sneakily charter a helicopter to go bust Jay-Z at a white party? And it may have even been Diddy's. Why did she sneak behind Jay-Z back? This is Aaliyah now. And if y'all don't believe me, you can go ask anybody around Def Jam at that time. Lady Luck will tell you the story. She chartered a helicopter to go bust Jay-Z in the act. If Jay-Z was just her friend, why would she do that? Rachel Roy would not. Let me tell you something, Lisa Hawkins. Solange was cool with Rachel Roy. Why did Solange all of a sudden, and this is before the Good Hair Don't Care. Remember, the fight happened before Good Hair Don't Care. Solange was cool with Rachel Roy until that night. And then all of a sudden, she wasn't cool with her no more. Now, there is a girl who told me the whole play-by-play. I don't know, she may not have me on Twitter anymore. But she was at the Met Gala. She was, at the time it was happening, was texting me like, yo, Hev, there's a fight about that. This is before they got in the elevator. She said, yo, Hev, there's a fight about to happen. Solange is arguing with Jay-Z. Now, mind you, this is before the elevated footage. She's texting me this as it's happening because she can see Solange is getting heated before they even went to the elevator. Solange is getting heated. And then the girl, I said, what are they fighting over? And she said, I don't know what they're fighting over, but I heard the name Rihanna, right? So the reason why she heard the name Rihanna is that Rihanna, Rachel Roy was throwing an after party. They were in the boom boom room of the Met Gala after party. But Rachel Roy was throwing her own after party. Jay-Z was going to leave the after party with the Met Gala. He told Beyonce, yeah, you had too much to drink. Y'all go on home. So Jay-Z tried to get Solange to take Beyonce home. He was going to go to the party that got Rachel Roy and Rihanna there. Solange heard this and was like, no. Why we got to go home? If she going home, you should be going home. What you mean we going home? We not going home. We going where you going. And that's how the fight started. If we're going home, you're going home. If my sister's going home, your ass going home. If you going to the other party, my sister going to the other party. What's up, Marcel? And this was the report before I even said, because when she was texting me this, I was like, yeah, right. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll apologize to Maria Money right now. I was like, Maria Money lying. But then maybe like 20 minutes later, I saw the fight on that. I said, oh, shit, she really wasn't capping. And she knew what type of time everybody was on. Why would she put good hair, don't care? Because she was involved with Jay-Z. Jay-Z invested money in Rachel Roy's company to spike Dame Dash, to get Dame Dash back. Absolutely, because of Rachel Roy. Exactly, Lisa Hopkins. That's why he didn't go to the party, because Rachel Roy did Kim Kardashian's dresses. Rachel Roy designed the dresses, and she was at the wedding, and they just getting over a fight. And that's why Beyonce was like, ain't no damn way you going to that wedding. That bitch is there too? Hell to the no. You better not. So that's why they skipped his wedding. He was supposed to be the best man. He's supposed to be Kanye's best man. So then they tried to use the pressure of Beyonce's celebritism. Now, remember, during that time, the rumor was Kim Kardashian will do anything to get in Beyonce's circle. Kim Kardashian will do anything for Beyonce, right? They're seeing that, so Beyonce was like, well, we're not going. First, they tried to say, we're not going because you're filming it. Oh, that's okay. We don't have to film y'all. We won't. We'll sign a waiver that says we won't put y'all on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. After they did that, then they had to come up with another excuse. Oh, well, we such and such. Oh, that's okay. We'll fix that. So and so and so. Like they kept coming up with solutions. So then finally they were like, well, you have somebody there that I don't get along with. And that's Rachel Roy. So if you uninvite Rachel Roy, then we could probably come. I think that they thought. Now Beyonce wasn't saying it to Kim. I think Beyonce's publicist or whatever was saying it to Kim. She probably thought Kim was going to be like, oh, listen, sorry, Rachel. But Kim was like, so I guess we'll see you some other time. So I heard the publicist was like, what? Like the publicist was shocked. And Kim was like, I can't uninvite Rachel. She's like, first of all, I've been friends with Rachel over 10 years. I have not been friends with Beyonce 10 years. And we don't even really hang out. We're not even really close like that. For her to expect me to uninvite the woman who helped make my wedding dresses and a woman I've been friends with? Nah, I'm not doing that. And that's how that happened. So Rachel ended up going to the wedding. Beyonce and Jay-Z went to the Hamptons. So Jay-Z did that to pay back Dame Dash for taking Aaliyah, snaking him for Aaliyah. You don't get a nigga back like that. I was just fucking them girls. I'm gonna get right back. I'm a man with pride. You don't do shit like that. You don't just up and leave me sick like that. I was fucking them girls. I'm gonna get right back. Oh, Jay is a fool. Lisa said, Beyonce, boy. She can play with her, but that's not, as you can see, look at Blue Ivy and look at Northwest. Do they look like they'd be friends? I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Does Blue Ivy and Northwest look like they'd hang out? No. You know? Again, there's certain people, it's the same thing with my daughter. There's certain girls that I'm not going to let my daughter hang out with. Right? If I don't like their upbringing, or if if she got rowdy parents, or if they be going down in their house, or if their house they cursing all the time, I'm not going to let my daughter go over there. You know what I mean? So they were just like, listen, they didn't like what they saw as far as the way they let Northwest hang out on the computer, the way, they put Northwest on TV. Maybe they didn't like them. They're like, okay, nah, we don't really want you. Blue go over there. Next thing you know, she's going to be on Keeping Up with the Kardashians because they always filming. And as you can see, they're like two totally different 12-year-olds. I think Blue's 13 now. Like Northwest, I guarantee you Northwest is going to be non-binary. Watch what I tell you. Northwest is going to be non-binary, but Blue, she don't look like she's going to be non-binary. Blue look like she's going to be heterosexual. Now, she could change later. Who knows? I'm just going by how she's being raised. I'm sure with Jay-Z as her father, I'm sure he's not raising Blue to be non-binary. He's raising her to respect whoever wants to be whatever. But I guarantee you, Blue, whenever she starts dating, she's going to date men. That's just my prediction. And Northwest, she's giving me all the aesthetics of a non-binary chick that could end up with a girl. The piercings on the face, Blue Ivy ain't doing all that. Mm-hmm. And if you look at Blue's friends, They all look like her. What's the first lit place you show me? Oh, Sugar Daddy. That's real. That's real. Sugar Daddy. Kanye raising a Christian. Who? Northwest? Okay. If that's what you consider a Christian, I guess he is. If that's what you consider Christian, I guess he is raising a Christian. Sugar daddies, Darius. That's where we going. Sugar daddies be lit. Definitely let me know if you come out here. Sugar daddy. And then, of course, we can go to the Eaton Center. The Eaton Center has all the best food places. Yeah, Darius, you go downtown, your ass might be like, yo, I'm moving out here. Chinatown, too. Chinatown's lit. Or Little China is lit. I think blue is gonna go both ways. I'll put it that way. Or she gonna be non-binary like them Smiths. Like them Smiths. She just has all the aesthetics. Now that little one, she gonna be pretty like Kim. The two oldest ones act like Kanye. The two youngest ones act like Kim. So the ones that was actually conceived from sex, they act like Kanye. That's why, if you notice, Kanye really only really only claims them two. He don't really mess with the other two like that, because the other two was artificially inseminated, or whatever you want to call it, or surrogated, one or two. Probably surrogated. I think the other two was surrogated, but the first two was pushed out by Kim. They're more like Kanye. That's a Saint and Northwest. But Chicago and Psalm, they're more like Kim. And Chicago gonna be Kim's twin. Now Northwest was Kim's twin when she was little. But I think Chicago, she's gonna be Kim's twin, I think. I thought Nicki was done with music. What, Nicki put out music? What's your prediction on Nicki dropping? I told you, if she drops any more music, it won't be this year. It won't be this year. Now, when I did my prediction on which way she should move, if she's still dealing with MAGA, right? If she's still dealing with MAGA, and if she's still proclaiming to be a Christian nationalist, she cannot put out music like she used to. it's not going to work because all them Christian nationalists are going to get pissed off and say, oh, you were just using us. She can't put out the same music. Now, if she's still with MAGA and she comes back to music, I believe it will be contemporary rap, like look to the beach, like Starships. I think it will be straight either pop rap with like no profanity. It will be not, there'll be no sexual themes, and a mixture of Christian contemporary rap. That's if she's still with MAGA. But my prediction is MAGA's going to lose the midterms, and then they're going to kick her to the curb. Or they may even win the midterms to kick her to the curb. Because they don't like Nicki Minaj. They don't like black people. And people don't understand that. They don't like black people. They just want to use them for the vote. They don't like black people. You see what happens as soon as a black person goes against them. All of a sudden, here come the racial slurs. Here come, oh, he never should have been. Like, look what they did to that governor when the governor didn't agree with one thing Trump had said. They start calling the governor out, talking about, oh, he should be removed and all this other stuff. So they don't mess with black people like that. They just use them for their vote and for their celebrity. Their celebrity, like he does with Mike Tyson. Nobody liked Mike Tyson like that. He only knew Mike Tyson from when he used to make millions of dollars off of him when Mike Tyson used to fight in his hotel. That's the only reason why he messed with Mike Tyson. But Donald Trump don't got no use for no black folks. Why do you think he ain't said nothing about none of these people that's been hung in Mississippi? Before I get out of here, I want to play that. I want to try to find that thing. I think it was on. She put it on her site. I forgot where I saw it. Forgot where I saw it. So I was saying before, and I think I posted something. Yeah, I think she put on her site. No, maybe not. Did I put it on my Twitter? So I was saying, why nobody notices or cares that y'all's president over there in the United States had not mentioned any of these black folks that was found hung in a tree? I said, y'all's president who y'all like so much, not talking about y'all in particular, but the ones that do like him, right? Y'all didn't find it offensive that he didn't mention not one black person that was found hanging from them trees? Y'all didn't care about that? Let me get into this. Then we're going to get up out of here. So I was asking him questions. How come Trump ain't respond? He ain't said nothing. At least George Bush, as much as George Bush was said to not like black people, at least George Bush would mention if there was some sort of injustice done to somebody black. At least even if he didn't care, he at least mentioned it. This dude won't even mention anything, but he goes off for Charlie Kirk. He goes off and has a big old ceremony for Charlie Kirk, right? But he mentions nothing about these people, and it's been about 6 or 7 of them so far. And everybody just goes on every day, comes on here and worries about a celebrity. Worries about getting at a celebrity. But you're not asking yourself, hey, how come Trump hasn't talked nothing about these black folks?
So we wondering what's been happening to all those black people in Mississippi. It's getting hung up in trees and shit. Oh, I think I can partially answer that for you.
We end today's show in Mississippi, where 6 former law enforcement officers have been sentenced to between 10 and 40 years in prison each for raiding a home and torturing 2 black men. The officers, all of whom are white, belong to a group that described itself as the Goon Squad. In January of 2023, the 6 officers burst into a home, then beat, handcuffed, waterboarded, and tasered Michael Corey, Jenkins, and Eddie Terrell Parker. The officers also sexually abused them with an object while shouting racial slurs. One of the officers put a gun in Jenkins' mouth for a mock execution and pulled the trigger. The bullet lacerated his tongue, broke his jaw, exited through his neck. The officers then planted drugs at the scene in an attempt to cover up their act. The attack occurred in the majority white Rankin County, which is about 20 miles away from majority black Jackson, Mississippi. Some of the officers were also sentenced for their role in a separate assault just 2 weeks earlier, when another member of the Goon Squad repeatedly tased a man and put his genitals in his mouth. While the charges focused on these 2 cases, the New York Times and Mississippi Today have revealed that deputies in the Rankin County Sheriff's Department have for decades barged into homes, handcuffed people, tortured them for information or confessions. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland issued a statement Thursday saying, quote, the depravity of the crimes committed by these defendants cannot be overstated, and they will now spend between 10 and 40 years in prison for their heinous attack on citizens they had sworn to protect, AG Merrick Garland said. We go now to Jackson, Mississippi, where we're joined by Eddie Parker, as well as his attorney, Malik Shabazz, who is with Black Lawyers for Justice. Malik Shabazz, let's begin with you. Can you talk about the courtroom scene and the sentencing of these sheriff's
Shout out to Malik Shabazz, too. That's my guy.
Deputies and police officers for what they did?
Good morning to the Democracy Now! Audience and Ms. Goodman. The scene inside of this courtroom in the United States District Court for the sentencing of the Goon Squad was absolutely incredible, and you wouldn't believe it if it was a movie. I mean, to see the big, bad, intimidating, murderous Goon Squad, to see all of them there, to see all of them in court, crying tears out of their eyes and begging the judge, begging Eddie and Michael, in this packed room was absolutely incredible. But it was well deserved because so many other families and victims.
If you ain't noticed something, you ain't seeing that on the major news. In all these different states in the South, fam, just Mississippi alone, nigga, there's about 5 Klan chapters in Mississippi alone, nigga. Nigga, there's a war going on. And black and brown people is the target, nigga. You can't fucking tell. You can't motherfucking tell. Bam. They ain't gonna never ever have a chance like they do.
All right, Genuine. Okay, Genuine, we hear you. Genuine with the news, with today's nigga news. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Nobody reporting it. Nobody talking about it. Nobody mentioning it. It ain't even nowhere on. You don't see none of the Trump people. Well, I want to say one thing before I get out of here. Maybe it's just me, right? But, and I'm talking to people who spend a lot of time online. Yeah, I'm telling you, Kenny, it's crazy. It's been happening. They've been hanging these people from in this area, and then you see people online telling, that area is all black. Who do you think's doing it? It ain't no white people. There be no white people able to come down there in that area and do that. Somebody black is somebody black doing it. Nonsense. The police can. The police can come wherever they want to come and intimidate and scare people and bully people with them guns. Talk about some, oh, ain't no way a white person's doing that. They'll never even be allowed in that area. Dumbass. Yeah, they doing it if they cops. But nobody holds him accountable. He doesn't make any announcement and say, oh, we got to pray for the family of those black kids that was found hung and so that's because I believe the government's behind it. I believe the government's behind it, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, I believe they're trying to do stuff to start a civil war. And then once they start the civil war, that'll be a reason for them to bring in martial law, and then that will stop the election. See, if there's something like a civil war going on, then the election can't be had, and then he'll be up in office because we can't have an election. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. He's been planning for this forever, and this is exactly what Kamala said. But y'all was too concerned about what percentage of black Kamala was. She ain't even all the way black. She only 2%. She only 3%. And Kamala was telling everybody step by step what was going to happen. And ever since she said that, everything she said was going to happen has happened. Or it's in the process of happening. She told everybody about Project 2025. She told everybody. She told everybody as soon as he gets in, he's going to start a war. He's going to start a war as soon as he gets in. She told everybody. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Well, everybody out there, man, you got to keep your head up, man. Like, if you in an area where it's predominantly white, or if you going through one of the areas, driving through, don't be alone. Don't be alone, and keep your doors locked. Try not to even go in those areas because the police can pull you over and ain't nothing you can do about it. They can make you get out the car, and if you keep going and the police try to stop you, they can shoot you. They can run you down and shoot you. So y'all just be careful out there, man. What's up? What's up, Cal? Where you been? You got to catch the Yep, she predicted Lisa, and now with all the stuff going on, people, oh, where's Kamala? Where's Kamala? What do you mean, where's Kamala? She minded her fucking business. Y'all said y'all didn't want her. Now you talk about something. Where's Kamala and all this? What's she doing? What do you mean, what's she doing? She chilling. She chilling. That's what she doing. Don't look for Kamala now. And talk about some, oh, nope. If I was her, nope, I ain't running no more neither. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Right. I wish you well. I wish you well. If I'm her, I'd move my ass right up. I'll see y'all. I'll be in Paris. I'll be in Paris living my best life. You know? She tried to save us. Would she have been perfect? No, but no president is perfect. But I tell you one thing, as much as they talk about Biden, and it's kind of like when 50 Cent was telling people, oh, Ja Rule's whack because all he do is sing. And then 50 Cent got in there and got in the #1 spot and started doing songs just like Ja Rule. After he told us, oh, you shouldn't listen to Ja Rule. Ja Rule's whack. All he do is sing on his records. 50 got in there, girl. 21 questions. If I was your best friend, I want you around all the time. You're a window shopper. You got him doing the same thing. So it's the same thing. Oh, you don't want sleepy Joe Biden. Look at this nigga falling asleep every 5 minutes. Talk about some sleepy Joe and this, that, and the third. But he falls asleep every 5 minutes. Called Hillary Clinton crooked Hillary, who's in the Epstein files and over more times than Jesus in the Bible. Who's got all these allegations against him for crimes? Who's been convicted of crimes? Trump, not Hillary Clinton. So everything that he says he's against, he does. Falling asleep, look like he pooped on himself. I ain't never seen Joe Biden shit on himself. And I damn sure ain't seen Obama. But if y'all want to support the channel, for the stream is Heaven Hollywood, $. Everybody go in and give me $2 on the stream. I'll just request it. Y'all ain't gonna do it, but I'll request it anyway. It's $, Heaven Hollywood. That's the Cash App. All right, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Good shit. Thank you, everybody. It's been another installment of Heaven Hollywood Experience. Peace.